And then there was Edge. Back for the first time since the Royal Rumble, talking about WrestleMania season and his first WrestleMania as a talent, which was WrestleMania 14. It took him 2 more years to actually get on the card. And then a year later at 17, he stole the show with 2 of the greatest tag teams of all time. And he sent a quick get well shout out to Devon Dudley, who just went under the knife for back surgery to fuse his L4, L5, and L6. He'll never wrestle again, but now hopefully he'll have some quality of life. So get well to Devon. He talked about main eventing WrestleMania against The Undertaker and congratulated him on his Hall of Fame induction. He thought WrestleMania 27 would be his last, but for 10 years he busted his ass to get back, and last year he got to headline WrestleMania yet again. Some people dream about winning the Stanley Cup or the Super Bowl, but, they don't necessarily have a chance to do so. Performing on Broadway, right? Actors aspire to perform there, but to him, he always dreamed about WrestleMania. And he said that he used the energy of the fans to be able to do what he had to do to be phenomenal. And he put an emphasis on the word phenomenal, and he smiled. He wasn't being very subtle about it. He said he needs WrestleMania, but as much as he needs WrestleMania, WrestleMania also needs him. And he laid down the gauntlet to anybody in the locker room to step up against the best in the business. You fight me at WrestleMania, and I'll make you live forever. Which was the final Cody Rhodes tease of the night. That's how Cody signed his statement that he put out after he left AEW. Let's live forever, he said. It's also a phrase Damian Priest has used, but Edge is not wrestling Damian Priest at WrestleMania. WWE had fun with it on Twitter. After the segment was over, they posted a picture of Edge in the ring with the caption, "There's no smoke and mirrors about it. Edge is ready to make more WrestleMania magic this year." So everybody's having fun with it. Everybody's having fun with the Cody teases. Edge and Cody would be a big match, and I think it would be a really good match at WrestleMania, but it can't be Cody. It can't be Cody. It should be only one man. To his point about being phenomenal. And that man is AJ Styles. It is the match that I have been pitching for months now. It's the match that the two of them want badly. AJ sat down with Ariel Helwani when he was in town for the Royal Rumble last month, and he did not hesitate. He did not stutter when he was asked if there was one person left on the roster that he hadn't worked with that he wanted to get in the ring with one-on-one. He said that man is Edge. And the feeling is mutual. Because Ariel said, does he feel the same way? Edge was like, yeah. Or AJ was like, yeah, he does. So they both want it. The fans want it. Edge against AJ is a match worthy of WrestleMania. And it doesn't matter who wins. Because the fans win. And that's the only thing that matters. Edge was excellent here. He's one of the best promos in the entire business. It just so happened to come in the same week where MJF cut that promo on Dynamite, so take your pick about which one you like more. We got some great promo work on both shows. But he's been among the best, ever since he came back, and as excited as I'm sure he is for that match with AJ, when it's something you want that badly, that's when you do your best work. Now, speaking of AJ Styles, Fightful Select broke the news this week that Styles has inked a new deal to stay with WWE. The deal is believed to be worth north of $3 million. It also includes some extra bus travel for added comfort on the road. Sean Ross Sapp reports that there was no specific length given other than it is believed to be a multi-year deal. His original contract was set to expire in the spring or the summer. They knew he would have a number of offers, and they wanted to lock him down now before he became a free agent. Smart. And AJ is said to be very happy where he is right now. Styles kind of had a year off last year, being stuck doing tags mostly with Omos, trying to work with him and teach him. And, in that same Ariel Helwani interview, when he was asked which he prefers more, being a singles wrestler or being a tag team wrestler, he could not have answered that question any faster. He said singles. Singles matches all the way. You could tell he was very happy to get away from the tags and get back to doing what he does best, which, the singles ranks is where he belongs. AJ Styles is 44 years old. You never know how many more good years you've got left in your body once you get to that age. There's injuries and wear and tear. the style that he wrestled for so many years, all the aerial stuff in TNA for all those years, the X Division stuff. It's time to get him back into the mix. A lot of guys you could say were underutilized by WWE. I just did a whole segment on one when I was talking about Cesaro. People who came from other places that maybe weren't used the way that they should have been used and could have done more. You can't really say that about AJ Styles. From day one, when he debuted in that Royal Rumble match, he was treated as a top guy. And he got top guy reactions from the crowd. The crowd took to him very quickly. He worked with Jericho at his first WrestleMania. He had a 2-month program coming out of that with Roman Reigns for the WWE Championship. He feuded with and beat John Cena. And then he won the championship not even a full 9 months after he debuted. So he's on that list. He's not as high up on the list as Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle in terms of the best rookie years in WWE. Brock is ahead of him. Angle is ahead of him. Maybe even Ronda Rousey. But AJ is certainly on that list. He had a hell of a debut year in the company. And that was just his first year. So on the whole, AJ has had a pretty good run and really doesn't have a whole lot to complain about, I guess. And if they're giving him that kind of money, then hey, why leave? There's no reason for him to leave.